Are you ready to rumble? Survivor Series coming up.
You're so stupid. What's going on, people? It's Mark with NAS Aero Systems.
Hi, folks. It's Dave over here, DPSIO, coming at you live today, November 20th. Our weekly show kicking off.
If you didn't know,
And I was trying to get him to talk about French fries, marital troubles, and cargo. But he changed it to pods, and pods. So we're going with pods. Because apparently everything else has been settled. None of y'all out there, none of y'all out there having problems with, the marital things. No, that's good. None of y'all having problems with French fries.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, man. Five Guys has some really good fries. I just got to say that. The fries there are so good. I highly recommend it. You haven't.
Wait, see, this is why I put. Who knows what else might come up? We already off topic.
I don't know why. No, well, I was original topic, but now it's different. Yeah,
how do I
right.
save this?
My bad.
Did it show up in notification that way?
What, the fries?
No. Crazy. That's not what I'm trying to do. Yeah, it showed up in notification as the 20th, so whatever. Whatever.
Okay.
I think I saved it.
I was just thinking we needed to get on the topic of like this apple and the goodness of the apple. We got apples for Christmas, and apples are our friends.
You got apples for Christmas? What the?
Well, no, not Christmas. Thanksgiving. There's a little sales company up there in Massachusetts, likes our business and stuff, and they give us apples.
You can only get these. They have to go to the farm to get them.
Yeah.
They don't sell them online. I looked up the farm. Keep it over there. I don't want the flies.
All right, fine. I've got an apple.
You got a warm apple?
I got a cinnamon apple jelly from them that smells just like the candle burns. It's really good if you want to eat a candle.
Yeah, that's what I've always wanted to do in life.
What I don't understand is the apple jelly is extremely red. It's like they throw the skin in there with it. Because normally you get apple jelly, if you see it in the store, you get
yellow.
Apple jelly. It's yellowy orange. It's like macaroni. Yeah. It could be the cinnamon, but it could be the cinnamon. But it really does smell like the candle, and that's all I'm going to say about that, because that really is getting off topic. I never mentioned I was going to talk about my apples, apple jelly, but apple.
Candles.
And candles.
Like you go to Bed Bath Beyond or something.
Are you going to try it? She's going to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It does taste, man, that wasn't clear. Now you oh my God.
What?
It tastes like fucking pie.
It tastes like pie. Hey, give me that spoon. No, get a little bite on there. No, this is really good stuff. Here, I want you to try this. Here, you try some of this.
It tastes like fucking pie.
It tastes like pie.
He's holding his hand out.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So anyway, yeah.
So something's going on over there.
Yeah, like I said, at work, this place gives us apples like every year. Like literally, they send us apples. It's like a variety pack of apples. There's 12 pounds of them or something. This year they sent jelly with it. 2 jars of jelly. It had strawberry, rhubarb, and apple cinnamon. For some odd reason, everybody wanted that strawberry rhubarb, but I was like one of the only ones that wanted the apple cinnamon, so I got it.
It's delicious.
And my God, that thing is hype. I highly recommend that too. In case you don't, put some on your Five Guys fries.
You're so stupid.
If you happen to go to Massachusetts.
But anyway, I'm sorry, folks. We're here. We're live. To get that out of our system. And hi, we're talking about pods and cargo and heavy birds carrying this stuff. And looks like Mark there's got a big sheet of paper. What you got there, Mark?
Something. Something.
I'm glad you can elaborate. So what I have So what we were thinking of was like what I have is my sheet here that like you may recognize it's our quick coding sheet. I printed out a copy so I can like get the codes on the birds because birds need codes. Now you were asking before. Now this is something you asked not like last week, but a couple weeks back. Actually, could have been 3 or 4 weeks back. You were asking about how like OAE has his pods, and you were saying something about how we were talking about those. Remember that bird that like with twin keel, twin fuselage, and you could put like a box in between it? How we can ring that?
Right. Yeah, you talking about like the one that I built, or?
Well, both of it. I mean, we had one, then you had one too.
Right.
And you were thinking
Because I knew
like,
you
okay,
had one. I made a crummy one, but it was there.
it was there. That can be said. So like what you can do with it, like again, if you have a light box of some sort. Now, of course, OAE, for example, makes his boxes straight out of paper. But like, if you make your box and if you make it out of paper or a harder material, like the advanced materials, like file folder, for example, is a really good example of it actually. But like, if you do have, say, a toothpaste box, which I mentioned way back when,
Right. Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, that's pretty good because those are on average pretty light. It's a fiberboard base, and they can come in a variety of sizes. I mean, you can get those like super size ones.
Yeah, you got the travel size ones.
Yeah, travel size ones. So like they're highly adaptable to putting on board a cargo plane, for example, per size. If it's a light cargo plane, you can do the travel size right on up to like your. I wouldn't go with the extra pack where you get 2. But the big long one. Yeah, I think the extra pack with 2 might be a little bit much. But a single pack, I think a single pack would work. The longest single pack. I think
right.
Works fine. Yeah, it all depends on the size of your plane, of course. But I got one right here. And this one actually, when you look on the inside of it, it is a cardboard. Well, it's still a fiberboard base, but these are relatively light. And of course, Robert over there, like it's kind of got a lamination, so it makes it look kind of cool. This one brought to you by Colgate. Ta-da! Yeah, we're gonna
Colgate Total, where it's totally Colgate.
Well, yeah, something like that. But it's already got red on it, so we can make the impact.
Watch, they're gonna make that commercial now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just like it's all good.
It's all good.
Tell me, motherfuckers haven't been tapping into computers since the dawn of computers. I mean, dude, back in '94 when we used to play football on a computer, we came up with the 2 teams, and the 2 teams we came up with we came up with 3 teams. I'm sorry. Let me take this back. We came up with all 28 teams, but we came up with different names. 3 of the names we had were Panthers, Jaguars, and Ravens. Now look what's in the NFL. No coincidence. They stole our idea. But anyway, boxes. Okay, so a pod. This is obviously a sizable pod. This thing is. I don't know if you have one handy. Probably not.
No. Yeah, I don't just keep those handy.
This one is 7 3/4 inches long by 1 and was it 3/4? Because the box is actually a little bit off. Well, at its widest point, it's 2 inches, and its narrowest point, it's like 1.5. And that puts the opening there. So this is I think about the biggest one you could get.
Yeah, it looks like one of the large ones.
Yeah, I think so. I think even the double packs. The double packs are just 2 of these wrapped together, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, usually. So you probably wouldn't want to go with that. I mean, you could, but depends on the size of the plane you got. But anyway, this just makes for an easy way to get it on board. These aren't particularly heavy, and again, if you're using one this size, the plane you're going to put it on is probably going to be quite sizable anyway. So you could say attach it with staples. You could attach it with. You could go as far as to put the baby binder clips on these, on either end or something like that. I mean, because again, if your plane's that size, it's probably not going to notice this thing that much. So, and we were talking about how the twin fuselage, the twin keels, it would work great if you had a set of them on either side, and it's just basically there to hold this in place. Because the surface without it would just be another portion of wing, like a lifting body, if you will. And with this in place, of course, it's still a flat surface. So it just works for storage either way. Would you have to keep it aerodynamic? Well, probably. You'd probably have to make like the front end, squash up the front end by either folding it, cutting it, even simply making an extra sheet up in the front that just brings it down. You got to make it more aerodynamic than a truck. So we're trying to fly here. So, but the basic idea of the box is sound. OAE manufactures his pods, and of course they have pointed ends and tails. And you can go online and see research various places that argue whether or not a flat back versus a coned back versus a concave back versus blah, blah, blah. Your trailing edge, basically what they're telling you is your trailing edge could be anything. The experiments haven't been done with paper airplanes, but it has been done with cars and planes, and to a lesser extent, trains and trucks. And so, like, if you're passing a body,
dude, I am on a roll over here. Sorry,
let's go ahead. That's what the show is for, bro.
I am on a roll. I have no idea what I'm building, but this thing is. I'm putting some stuff on here I've never put on a plane before.
Did you get a chance to fly your awesomeness over the week?
No, and actually, I should have. The weather was actually really nice the other day, and I was busy. And I didn't get home till late, and I was like, man, it was beautiful out. There was no rain. It was low humidity.
And
it
you didn't
was
fly.
Nice and cool for what Florida is, anyways. It was nice and cool. It was our winter.
God.
It is our winter, I should say, over the next couple of days until it warms up.
Man,
because we're supposed to get back up into the 80s again.
You should have flown, man. You should have flown. What the hell?
I'm probably gonna have to fly these next couple of days. Because I don't think there's any rain in the forecast finally.
I was seriously was expecting any time to have like an update from NASA going like, oh, hey, he flew. Check it out. Because I know you were hype about our bird, and then you.
I know. I gotta get it out there. But dude, look at what I'm building over here. You see this?
What have you got right there?
I have no idea what this is.
And it's big.
It's it's big. It's not what I intended to.
It's not this sheet of paper. It's bigger than that because I saw you unfold it before you started.
Yeah. It's almost 11 by 17.
Okay. But anyway, just saying. You can see arguments about these boxes, about the way if you have a leading edge on anything, you want to be aerodynamic. You've seen it in cars. You've seen it in planes. You've seen it even in trains and trucks to a lesser extent. Front end obviously has got to be more aerodynamic. But the back end has always been like a trailing end of anything has always been like argued as to actually what shape can be used. I mean, certain vehicles, you can't make a car teardrop shape, or at least you could, but nobody's done it yet, except in movies and stuff. So there's not like a extended trailing edge. It's usually a flat shape of some sort. You've seen a Prius. Prius is really kind of ugly, let's face it. They don't look like, a Corvette, for example, and yet the Corvette still, a lot of them have flat back ends. So it's like basically you can do what you will with the front end, the back end of these.
I don't want to make a Delta Diamond. Come on now.
Because like OAE has, a pyramid shape, a pointed shape on his front and back. And if you put this on, it would obviously have a square back unless you put a fairing on it of some sort. So basically, if you try to think of it, playing around with it is point. Basically, everybody should do that. You should definitely try to at least build yourself a few boxes and then test one out with a flat back, with a fairing, rounded, or concave, or convex, or teardrop shape, and just see like what turns out better.
Dagnabbit. This is not even.
I didn't get a chance to test mine yet. I've still got them sitting right here, though. I do have the one that I built that you said looked cool that I started out with. This little puppy right here. Yeah, this thing.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is either, but it is pretty cool. I was trying to think of like two designs that I was coming up with. I've got one idea. I've got two ideas. which I haven't tried yet because, believe it or not, I'm a little bit frightened of how they're going to go. I don't know if I want them to be like one of them is a modification of the Phoenix. It's like it's a Phoenix of a Phoenix. It's going to be reborn if it works. But
Okay, so
again,
yeah,
I
let's just do that.
haven't brought myself to building that thing yet. But it was our plane, that plane that we built last week, that gave me the idea. So it's going to look something like this.
What did we name this thing? I can't remember what the
React.
Oh, that's right, React.
Yeah.
React. That's right.
You almost sound a little retarded when you say it, but
React.
it's not bad. It's not bad.
React.
So, you didn't get a chance to fly any of those, though, huh?
No, I did not. But I'm
You had to
about to lose this. This thing is about to not make it into the. Oh, come on, forward.
Oh, is that because you were trying to avoid turning it into a Delta Diamond?
Yeah. I was trying to avoid it, and I did by just going with
You're stopping
this
what
route.
you're doing.
Yeah, just going this route, but dang it, I did not want to. It's the stress on the plane that is making this hard.
Like, how do you do that? You do that all the time. It's like one of the key things that you have all the time is stress on the plane.
Oh, this one, yeah, I knew I was gonna have it. That was kind of the intent.
Oh, all right.
I knew it was gonna have some. I didn't realize it was gonna have this much. Like, once I got into the folds, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is the way it's gonna go."
This is the way we stress the plane. Da, 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 da. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Basically, French fries.
Basically.
Oh yeah, I do want to say Wendy's has got some pretty good fries too. But
Oh, I do love Wendy's fries.
Wendy's fries are pretty
With
tasty.
some spicy chicken nuggets. And a spicy chicken sandwich. And a Frosty.
What? Oh yeah, well yeah, waffle fries are always pretty good.
Oh, they have the waffle fries from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
This show brought to you by food.
Look at this, man.
So what we've got here is a plane.
I mean, this is insane. This is separated right here.
Oh yeah, it sure is. I see that. Yeah, you can get your finger under there. God, that's weird because looking at it straight down like this, it almost looks. Oh, because that picture right there, that blue picture on the sheet, makes it look like you got another triangle way back there, and it made it look like the.
Yeah, you're talking about weight.
Yeah, the triangle up front looked like the one that was up. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, so this, I tucked this back, like this was sticking out further here, and I tucked it underneath.
So if you guys were watching this show last week, you watched us build another SMA creation, which you may have built. That is a good way to actually get that out there. We built a new plane, and we built it on camera so you guys could see and follow along. If any of you out there had a chance to fly that, let us know what you thought. Let us know what happened. Like, did it suck? Was it cool? What happened to it? Because neither one of us apparently had a chance to fly it. So my weather has been very uncooperative. It's not the cold; it's the moist. I mean, cold planes can handle cold. It's the moist they can't handle. So
yeah, you usually don't get cold without moist.
Well, I can have it, but it's like I said though. It's like we're getting a little bit more particular about it because again, if it was back in the day in South Carolina, I'd be going out there and throwing the plane all the damn time, And the thing about that is like, man, South Carolina had some horribly humid weather, so I know I was destroying planes just by flying them then. What makes me so picky now? You just got to get out there. You just got to get out there and fly them.
You just got to do it.
You just got to do it. I mean, sometimes you got to suck it up, especially when like those hot days for both of us, for all of us, for all of us. I mean, it's not just me and you, but it's like anybody. You got to get out there and like if it is humid, just get out there with some heat and try to suffer through it and plug through it because the heat will fight the humidity, at least as far as the planes are concerned. Or you could just go take a planes route and build them out of like laminate, in which case they won't care what kind of weather conditions they're in. Okay, I need another sheet. Yeah, I'm building an idea myself.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
Here it is. All right, this is crap. All right. I have an idea. And I'm starting out with the basic plane because the basic plane is the best one to start out with. Or you could just play something on piano. Play me off, Johnny! So, Mark's got something new. What the heck is that? He's got a sheet. What is that? Is that the pad that you just got that from? That was
No.
a pad, right? Oh.
No, this is something else.
Oh, okay.
I'm just checking the size on this.
Oh. That's not like, is that legal pad or is that a...
Oh no, it's a 8.5 by 11 notepad.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like a legal pad, but it's not the same size as a regular size.
Got ya.
Yeah.
Okay, so what my
It
idea
gives you a
is-
nice clean sheet of paper, like notebook paper feel, without any holes or anything like that.
Oh yeah, that stuff is good for that. So wait, are you going to build what you just built, only smaller?
I wasn't thinking about it.
Okay, so my idea, or at least one of the two ideas. This is not the Phoenix one I just mentioned I was going to do. Phoenix is coming later. My idea had to do with modular planes because I don't mess with modular planes very often. And I'd venture to say most of us don't, because a lot of us like to do at least somewhat origami style, where you get what you get out of your plane, in one sheet, you know, with all of your folds.
Right, yeah, that's the way I've been most of the time. I try to just fold it, and that's what it has to be.
Right.
Like I don't try to
And see, we don't.
cut
We kind of.
or add or.
Well, see,
That's the
thing
way
is-
I was. Now I don't mind doing stuff to them.
well, see, this is just. I'm just kind of like,
So you just
like yeah,
took the weight out?
yeah. Basically, that first fold, I just cut it right out. So I'm making the second fold. This is this plane. Obviously, I'm just lightening it up because again, something you don't normally do, right? You don't normally do this. You don't think about doing this. You kind of just like go with the flow per se. Oh, I'm kind of messing this up too. This isn't exactly how I want to go about this route. I got to do something different. I messed this up, but I can recover it. It's not important as to exactly where this lies because again, this is completely experimental. But is it better to do it this way? Maybe better to do it this way. Okay.
You gonna do that?
Yeah. Oh, well, dude, that worked out. It followed the line anyway. Okay. Well, crap. I hope it works then. This is basically the same line I was trying to follow to begin with, but now here comes the funny part. I don't know if that's actually such the best idea. The thing about it is that's the exact same fold. I managed to put that fold in the exact same spot it would have been if that fold would have continued. So even if I leave the folded front end out, this is still maintained. I was
That's
actually
funny.
trying to alter the sweep, and I didn't alter it at all.
Yep, you
It's the
might.
exact same fold.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So you might want to do it shorter then.
Yeah.
Do the nose fold shorter, so don't put as much weight in the nose.
Well, here's the thing. I'm totally going to destroy this and blow y'all's minds anyway. So Wait, I can't do it exactly. Hold on. Let's go to the pens. Johnny, what do we got for them? We got a pen. We got a normal ink pen everybody could find in your total store. What do they want? Anyway, so let's see, 1.5 inches, right? Yeah, sure, 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches sound good to you guys?
1.5 inches. Gotcha.
Okay, 1.5 inches.
1.5 inches.
So we're gonna cut.
You gonna cut straight across?
I'm gonna cut straight across.
You gonna cut that thing off?
Oh, I suppose I should probably make a line, huh? I probably should actually have something to measure out said line.
Well, yeah, but
You could say 15% more.
what? I was thinking like this.
I mean, you could just.
Razor it?
Well, yeah, but you could just cut them both together.
Yeah, true. And I probably will actually. Now I'm thinking about it, just to make sure these lines are about the same. I'll like line it up, but actually it did work. Okay, so yeah, I'll cut them the same. Okay, so again, this is modular. This is purely modular. What I'm trying to do here is watch this fly in front of me. And, ooh, I got it. Okay, so here, cut this off. Now this is something I have not tried before.
Yeah,
Because
nobody's
again,
been that crazy.
well, somebody's got to be. Somebody's got to be the one that bites a bullet and starts it. I mean, that's how Wolves was created, man, because Marlowe was the one who bit the bullet and decided to fold some stupid big strikes that I wasn't going to do all the way down the length of the plane. And I called him nuts. And that plane flew pretty good. So now I got an arrow pointing this way. Wait, it gets better. Actually, that might work.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Everybody got time for that. What the hell? Oh. Okay. The Bucks just beat the Hawks. Apparently 1.5 inches. Apparently 1.5 inches isn't enough. Bear with me, folks. There's a method to this madness.
No, there isn't.
Okay, so you got here. Let me let you in on it here a little bit.
What are you doing?
Okay, you guys know how I'm obsessed with getting tail fins on planes lately, right? I mean, and
lately or just for the last 20 years?
Yeah, pretty much that. But you know how these I really dig these. Okay, as far as a single fin goes, that's
ideal.
Hype.
That's what you want.
That's pretty hype right there. Okay, well, here's my thing. How do we get 2 fins back there? And I understand we could get really complex into some origami and do it because there's plenty of examples out there of you guys flying like the F-14, the F-15, and digging them in there. But they're still kind of like representations. I was trying to figure out a way to get two fins in there on a more common bird. And it's like this. It doesn't get much more common than these, right? So how do you get enough skin back here to form yourself 2 fins that don't involve cuts? You know what I mean? Because anybody can just cut back here once it's folded in place and fold up, and boom, you've got them, right? So what ways can we do that and get something else? That's what I was trying to explore. So what I did with this here is basically what I'm trying to take is this piece. You can't tell, obviously. This piece is a lighter bond than this one is, and I'm trimming all the weight off of it for a reason. Because this piece is going to go inside the other one.
You are nuts.
Well, remember I said modular, so I'm going to make this one, it's not going to be truly dual sheet, because obviously you see what I'm doing is I'm taking almost all the folds I created off. But see, the folds duplicate what this thing is. All I did was build this plane here and just cut everything off, right? I can't see. There it is. Yeah, the razor wheels for cutting are probably a much better idea, or even X-Acto knife, or even Mark's methodology where you just like fold it, mercilessly 20 times and just rip it apart.
You gotta lick it.
Yeah, I mean, that good stuff worked. So anyway, so you got
Yeah,
this,
lick
right? Then you shove it on in. And of course, you built it with the same folds this one made, so it fits right in there snugly, right? So basically, you got an
It
inner
does
spine.
snugly, and that's a method of, you know, simply ugly. Snugly.
But which is snugly. But then you have like, okay, this might be a little heavy, but the plane's big, so actually, in truth, this is kind of like creating a structure. You're creating the internal like skeleton for say your cargo planes that may need this. You know, you don't have to reinforce the wings so much because lift will keep your wings up. But so you got this in here, right? Now we have to see like if you had a regular plane like this and you held this would feel kind of weak. But now even this little piece, it's quite strong. There's some stability in there. It doesn't, the wings don't flex as much. So now what you got is you have a little thing that you can duplicate your cuts into here. So all I'm going to do is put my cuts in here.
You said no cuts.
Well, these are cut. You have to do it this way, yes, but
I know what you meant. You meant the other part of the plane.
yeah,
I'm just messing with you. I'm just
sure
messing.
you are. Okay, so then like, and this is really cool because again, this is really, really sturdy. Just adding that, it's like I said, if I took this thing out and I held it, look, see how flimsy they flop? I don't know if you can hear that, but they're flopping around and stuff. You put this in here, it's not flopping so much anymore. Anyway, so this is the core of your plane. So I'm duplicating the cut. I know, yeah, you're right. The same thing has been said. Like, okay, well, we're making the cut. Yeah, I know. Okay. All right. So then you take the fold, just to make sure. I mean, because you're. I'm sure. Again, this is. I'm not doing anything somebody probably hasn't already done before, but it's something to explore. And you know what? I don't think any of us. Well, even when we combined planes and built them with us differently, we never did something like this. Take this out. Take this out. This is just a weight lightening procedure, plus the fact that you just don't need those. That's actually a pretty good duplicate fold. All right, then we can put this back in. And the thing is you could also alter this by lightening the weight. You could actually, like, I never cut anything off the basement plane here, right? You could cut more stuff out of there in case you wanted to lighten it up. Obviously, you don't need to, but it's just an option. And if you remember, Mark, this is kind of like how we did create Phantom Lightning EXT.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. And you did insert the second half of the paper into the...
Right. And I just don't think we do that often enough because, again, you know how much different stuff could be created if you just added, you know? Like, I mean, add something, anything. It's not something more than simple canards. If you did something like this, this is a different plane.
Yep.
Okay, so there you got your anhedrals. But now, instead of having to worry about where your folds are and stuff like that, you have fins on it. And the exact same, an exact parallel place. You took it apart, you folded them. See, like I said, if you did it, even if you would take this thing and cut the folds in there, you may get your folds a little bit wrong because of the depth of the cut. Whereas this one, you could have, yeah, it's the same thing, but now you've got them on the inside there, and now it has a set of fins.
Yeah, and there's less structure removed from the plane.
Yeah.
From the body, and you got more wing.
Yes, indeed.
You got more wing.
And again, because of how it feels, the inside of this thing feels like really sturdy. And of course, this is like literally just, you saw me, but this is a base model. There's nothing to this.
Not anymore.
So, well, no, not anymore. That's for sure.
Yep, you done messed it up right there.
Well, no, because I was going to add a staple to it. Plus, I want to use that nose so bad.
I know you do.
That is going to happen. That is going to happen somehow. But I wanted to staple it, so I knew I had to take some weight out to put some weight back in because I want that nose. All right, now, yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh my God, dude, that plane just. That plane. Yeah, that
See,
plane
the
was
problem is we ain't got no evidence.
I'm going to take a quick video. Or I'll
nobody
turn the
got time
camera
for
over there.
that.
Watch you fly. Why are you watch you fly? You could have built one out of. Wait a minute. You got a notebook sheet. Yeah. Okay. That's yellow. That's why I thought it was. That's why I thought it was legal sheet.
I know. That's the best part about it. It's like camouflage. It's camouflaging the extra length.
Oh, I see what you did there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
so
no, this is only a regular notebook paper. Regular
Alright.
notebook paper.
So this is 8.5 by 14. So what you want to do with that regular notebook paper you got there?
I've been trying to let it fold itself.
You could just stare it into existence. What are we gonna do? Like I have the regular 8.5 by 14 sheet right here.
But this is not 8.5 by 14.
No, I know, but I got it. This could be leading up into my. This could be leading into my. What you call Phoenix, as it were, because I need a legal sheet to make a Phoenix. Which was my old school Delta Diamond, kind of like what you made. Oh, that's a non-factor. So if I make different folds, I gotta mark that down.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm marking down like the options I can do to fold this thing before I actually fold this thing.
You should just write it on the inside of the plane.
Well, I would, but see, what if it flies good? What am I gonna do if it flies good? If it flies good, then I'm gonna have to take it apart. Now I'm gonna be mad. You know what I mean? You don't want to be mad about this. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so your first fold is gonna be landscape. Come on, follow along, kids.
What?
Can you make a oh, wait a minute. We had this discussion before. You can make a Phantom Lightning because it's the remains of what you made Diablo with, right?
Yes.
You can either make 2 Diablos or a Phantom Lightning and a Diablo, or 2 Phantom Lightnings, right?
Or one Phantom Lightning EXT.
Okay. Seriously, we use the remainder of the one sheet to finish off the T?
Yeah.
Can you really make a Phantom Lightning EXT still? Or a Phantom Lightning period still?
I can make a regular one, yeah.
Oh. How come it is you remember how to make that, but you don't remember how to make?
Because I made a bunch of, well, I won't say a bunch, but I made a few of those, and they're very basic. That's why I eventually branched out.
I made the EX and XT. So this,
You got me
plane,
doing that now.
So this plane, yeah, this plane was basic. I mean, I had this back when I was still building basic planes. Actually, I was getting out of the basic plane era. This was like one of my last ones. This thing, everybody could do.
So
this
why do you fold it that way too?
So you can do that.
Yeah, but I don't. Oh.
You can't do that unless you do that.
Well, I didn't do that on the last one, and it folded just fine.
You got the X?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Because I just folded across and then folded it in.
And I got some news for you across.
Oh, see, I haven't tried doing that yet. Ooh, I got an idea. Let's see if you do it. I got an idea. Let's see if you do it.
Well, the basic Phoenix was really this. That's what I'm saying. Phoenix was ridiculous. That's also why there wasn't that many built. This was back in '88. I thought it was cool, and it didn't last very long in the core either because I was like,
you didn't do it.
I ain't done yet.
You didn't do it.
I gotta see where I'm going with this. Where am I going with this? I don't know where I'm going with this. Talk about stress. Everything bubbles on this plane. That's why it didn't last very long. Although I did turn it into a bomber and a transport for a brief period of time. Sorry, I gotta get all the poofiness out.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's no longer poofy. So now.
Yeah, with the cheesy poof.
Yeah, with the cheesy poof. Oh, that's how we gotta play. We ain't played that yet. Why ain't we played that yet?
Right?
Dude, get on it.
Nope, you're definitely doing something different than I did. Than I would do. Interesting. I do think that that's pretty cool, though.
What?
That fold right there.
Yeah. Well, it'll finish up even cooler than it would be because. Okay, got. Right, then you take it. Gotta pop the pocket. Pop the pocket. Should leave this for because it wants to stay flat up there.
You look over here. Look at all of the termite damage.
Wow. Okay.
Look at all that termite damage.
Should that be worth in excess of $500,000?
So you got that. All right. Bring that back down there. Oof, oof, oof. Don't want to tilt that. All right,
That's
cool.
crazy.
Because now we got like a similarly like a double X going on right there,
Yeah.
which is what I was looking for.
That's a lot of folds.
Well, you're basically collapsing the triangle in a different way instead of like just simply folding it over, penetrating it. So like if this was, I mean, you gotta. Well, that's not a delta diamond, but like it would be if it was outside there. But yeah, now it's only reason to do that, of course, is to make that X. Let's see if I kept those. But see, the thing about it also is
I just got another idea from there.
There's not too much weight up there.
And I don't know if you want to try it, but you could take scissors and cut down like this way from the point on that first layer, cut straight on both sides, cut down to where you got basically maybe about 2 inches left before you cut it completely off, and then fold it back into the wing.
Like this here and going back this way?
Yeah, but cut it way deep to where it's got about 2 inches left, and then you just flip it. That's just me. I would,
Well, 2 inches. So, like, basically, as you're saying, again, like, cut it here, go 2 inches.
No. Cut it deep into it to where there's only about 2 inches left of the thing before you cut it completely off. So from the back of it, from the back of it where it connects. So from that back area right there, on just that top one, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see it. So just that top one.
Right there.
So that top, put your finger on that top. Yeah, that point right there.
Yeah.
That back point that's closer. Yeah, that one. I would go in 2 inches from there on the inside, and that's where I would stop. And then fold that fold that all back.
Portion back.
Yep.
So how far back is 2 inches?
I'm just saying that throws some weight into the plane, and it's not all up front.
Well, it takes some off the front, but taking stuff off the front is no big deal because you can always add stuff to the front. You can always add stuff anywhere. It's just folding it makes it a little bit more intriguing.
So basically, yeah, I would take that and then mark it and then go all the way to the front. And
that's easy for you to say. I mean, you could always be doing this too.
Hey, I ain't doing that. That's not my plan. I'm just saying that's what I would do. At this point, because you did something different before that. You made it that, which I wouldn't have done. But from there,
how the hell did it turn out so much
that would be a cool little. Because who knows what you can get out of that.
A little different. Why is it so different? It shouldn't be that much. It should be
just do it
the
from
same.
one side.
Okay, but I gotta match it up. It's important to match up. It's important to eat your green. Eat all your greens. Stay in milk. And brush your dog food. All right. So I'm supposed to cut. He said,
from the nose.
From the nose
to that point, to that dot.
This is going to require
on both of those.
This is going to require some fancy tools.
I don't know if I would have done it that way.
Inches. What?
I don't know if I would cut it that way, but okay.
Oh, it's working really good, though.
Yeah, because you're just cutting along the crease.
Yeah, I'm just cutting along the crease. Okay. Ooh, I'm penetrating. Oh, yeah, there you go. All right. Beyonce refuses to move in? That's because she don't know that fool.
Anybody got time for that?
Okay. So basically what you said is that, and then you got it so like it folds. Right?
Yep. So now you got it loose to where you can fold it back without folding the rest of the nose back.
At the 2-inch point.
Yeah. Or wherever you want to fold it, but
No, I do it at the 2-inch point because I cut from there, so I might as well cut from there or fold from there, right? That only makes sense.
Look at that. Look at that. Now you got something else you can play with back there.
All right. And I still got. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I got. All right. Completely takes the canards right on out. I got this here. All right.
Kind of. Yeah.
Kind of. Because it does reinforce the back.
You can turn them into something else.
That's true. Man, it strikes me that if I'd have folded them a little bit further back, I could have been right at this. God, man, why did you say something? Hold on. I'll make it even worse than this. Well, better than this, but I'm gonna take it back to where this pocket starts. This pocket doesn't.
Well, yeah, because I can't see that.
Right.
The light doesn't. So yeah, I mean, I kind of see it now. Yeah, if you want to take it back a little bit further, then you can get it right on that fold.
Pokey. All right, there we go. Let's see, because now there we go. Yeah, that's the stuff.
Oh, all right. Yeah, there you go.
Now there's no hitch right here. Now it's just stop at that point. Okay. Okay. I'll see what you're stepping in. I suppose what you're stepping in. All right. Okay. So now we got. Yeah, that looks
something.
Now this looks fancy. Now the thing is, of course, what do I do with this elongated reinforcement up the middle? That's kind of cool. See, the beauty of that is of course, now that he's made me take the fold back, I could actually refold it up here or fold it back again and put a whole bunch of weight in the center.
Yep.
Balance it out that way because there isn't really much in the nose. especially now that this got carried back. I'd venture to say there's almost as much right here as there is right here.
Oh, see, it looks thicker than that.
It does, yeah. But it's not because of the that cut and that fold. There's definitely more folds and more paper right here in this little section than anywhere else. So there's already more in the center.
Oh, yeah.
Which of course means, well, that would mean that if I did this, it might not flop up again. But if I were to do something like this,
That might, yeah, see, look at that.
if I did something like that, and again, yeah, you're right, the light doesn't kind of, but
Yeah, it's just yellow to me. Because I can't see the creases. Oh, that, yeah, there you go.
let's see. Now
I can see
you
the
got,
creases.
if it's
Yeah, it
folded
looks
in,
like there's a lot of weight right there.
there is a lot of weight right there, yes. Especially now I did that fold, but even without that fold, there's still, the majority of it is
Right there.
right in there. Yeah, majority of it is right in there. So, but that might not be such a bad thing. That wouldn't be too confusing to the bird as
You
long
could
as it's
also
got,
make that a snub nose a little bit.
indeed.
Or do your other nose cut.
And that's a good idea, actually. Hold on a minute. I think well, if I do the nose cut, excuse me, if I do the snub nose, if I fold the nose, this won't be playable because it'll take this away unless I cut that too. I mean, I can fold it and then cut what's left over so that this still, yeah, hold on. That's a good idea. Wait a minute. That's my turn. So we'll fold
Do
this.
that. It's my turn.
My turn. Okay, so then, okay,
We're not
so
making
like,
a plane together. We're just throwing ideas out there.
okay, so this one here, but see, okay, so the fold took away the possibility of Xing it, like this would go all the way to the nose. But I can fix that by, again, getting a little bit judicious with my cutting here.
The judicial system.
Do I have a cardboard? It's always nice to have a little piece of cardboard handy for yourself, because what you want to do is slide something in. I suppose I could use this surface. I mean, that's what it's for. It's just usually once you're in place, you don't pick it up. See, because what you want to do is,
Because you want to put it in between.
yeah, you need something to go into here so I can make this cut without cutting too far into the plane.
Thank you guys for coming. I wanted to talk to you just a little bit to see how this is all affecting you, about how the horn is affecting you, how that's going to be. You're a little
It worked.
maybe nervous about.
Of course it worked. It didn't freaking cut all the way through because I was nervous. There we go. So now I got this horn. See, now it's free again because now I cut it right there.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Now you got to do the other side.
I got to do the other side.
That's the problem with that.
God almighty. Why'd I let you talk me into this?
Or her in that situation while she was in the hospital. Is it hard for you now?
Did you throw that big one that you just built?
A big way you have put something in this situation.
Right. You didn't throw it yet, did you?
What?
Okay. That one that you just built.
No, I didn't.
All right.
Actually, no, I didn't.
That's nice and free. As free as Willie. All right. Here we go.
Oh, it flies though.
Does it really?
Yeah. It glides. It's a glider.
It's a glider.
I figured it would be with as big as wings as it had. It's not what I intended to have, but
Oh man, Robert, what's going on, man? How you do? Why are you scaring us like that, man?
he said, "Boo."
It's kind of a little bit beyond. I mean, now we should be hearing gobble gobble.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Last weekend. Y'all put your Christmas trees up yet?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's right. That's right.
But yes, mine is already up.
Really?
Yeah. This is actually the first year that I'm ready for Christmas before Thanksgiving. Because you know how I am.
Yeah, I know how you are. Yeah,
And
it's true.
you're the same way. You gotta have Thanksgiving before you have Christmas.
It's true. I mean, my tree is not going up. Actually, my tree might not go up this year at all, thanks to the cat. He's the kind of cat that likes to climb, and I'm pretty damn sure our tree would be down on the ground. Most likely the next day. I'm gonna give it a
Catch
try.
everything on fire.
So now we got like this little flappy area here. Got a little Ford Canard there, independent of this right here. It's got some nice weight to it up there. That was a pretty good idea. All right.
I don't know what that is, but is it still got the same basic look?
No. It really doesn't. Because it had a fat canard up in the front normally. So this is nothing like it now. Yes, I did get your message about the drone. Yes, I saw that. That was cool. I kind of like your way of saying it was like hypersonic. Okay. Oh, wait. Look at me messing up. You see that?
I was waiting on it. I was like, he's gonna make them lopsided.
I'm definitely going to make those lopsided. That's something I haven't done since I was like 4.
You shut your mouth.
Man, dude, I have not folded them like that in a long, long time. All right, there we go.
Yeah, so if you can tell me how to, get this plane to fold itself, you let me know.
Well, I was thinking what you should do is you should start off by cutting it into a square. No, actually, no. You know what? No, you shouldn't do that. I think what you should do is fold it down the middle.
I haven't done a square in a while.
That's true, you haven't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it flies.
Well, I figured it might.
Dude, it flies really good.
Yeah, it flies.
Hold on, people. Let me throw them back at you. Then you get a chance to see them. Oh, really? Put away somewhere else.
I don't mind it.
God dogmatic. I didn't land no cat balls. Did you see that? Wait. I gotta get another shot here. Hold on. Just like every other plane that I ever throw, these are camera shot.
just don't. Just.
I'm trying to land them in front of the camera.
It don't want to land.
You saw one there. You saw one. See that? Yeah, there it is. Knocked out my tape. So yeah, this is interesting. I like this. I like the way this one flies. This one flies pretty good. It's a good idea we had.
See now you got a new plane.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because this thing is already different than the one I would have done in the first place. So this is something I already have to retry.
But what's the intent?
That is what the intent is. That's true. Oh my God,
what is the intent? And yeah, you're starting out like you can start out with a different size sheet of paper, but what the intent is, I mean, granted, if it looks completely different, like obviously, like if Spider came out to be not a Delta Diamond, then obviously I've got a different plane altogether.
And folks, I understand.
Or
I understand.
phase.
Yeah, or a phase.
Yeah, or phase ended up with a Delta Diamond, then of course that really can't be considered a phase.
Right. No. Yeah, totally different. And I've tested that, so I know it doesn't work.
Yeah, so if the intent is there and it looks very similar, but you just folded it differently, it's not a new plane.
If it smells like a duck and quacks like a duck, but it's a phase, then it's a phase. No, like, yeah, it is still. I mean, that was the intent, but it's totally, yeah, I think it's a totally different plane as it is. So, well, plus the fact that you had the ideas into it already, so it's already tweaked. I gotta get that one back in here. Oh yeah, you're folding it the right way. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna try this. I threw them back out there. I'm gonna try throwing them back in here, and we'll land them again. You didn't see it? There it goes. You didn't see the other one because it glided right over your heads. It just flew right over everything. This is kind of what it was supposed to do, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like that one. These things are rock solid. This one wants to pitch up, and this one wants to pitch down. But that's probably inherent into the way they are because a little bit more glidability in that one, and a little less because of the canard shape that we put onto this thing. What the hell? Somebody start mowing their lawn?
What are you talking about?
I thought I heard something. Whatever you hit was like a cone thing, so I heard a boom. You sounded like a lawnmower starting up.
Nope.
So anyway, yeah, that was basically the gist of us getting the big plane started, and also kind of showing you last week, how SMA gets together and builds their birds, and it'd be interesting if other people got together to build their birds too, to see what kind of other takes we have on there. I mean, because again, mutual contractors get together to build a plane, taking turns on the folds, comes out with crazy stuff. I give you the scarab. I should show you that crazy piece of crap. That thing is so. I mean, 4 people had ideas into it, so it's basically 2 planes in one. Oh man, I gotta hold on a minute. I'm gonna grab that thing. Mark, keep him entertained a second. I want to show them the scarab.
You want me to keep him entertained? Yeah.
Because I tell you, you don't have the scarab, do you?
That's entertaining in itself, right there.
I know. Hold on a second. I'm gonna get you.
You asking if I got a plane?
You got to see this. You've got to see this plane.
Is that? I don't even know what in the world I'm building over here. It looks like I'm building a paper hat. I'm trying to, you know what? I'm just going to do this my way. Mm-hmm.
They're very beautiful things. Serving your solids.
And really slowing down the process.
There's a whole day for sale.
That's how you do it. Now all you got to do is trim it up.
I'll walk in the final cabinet, and I walk through the over, and we get a lot of records today. You want to put them in here? That's what it's for.
What in the world?
Yes, and really, you don't want to put what you're going to do. We need it.
I don't even need to. Look at that. That's good enough.
That's antics are really
Now that we got that.
keeping us from really getting the work done.
Now that we got that. We going this way, folks.
Instead of seeing the big picture.
He was very upset because he's probably like for 30 years. And to see it almost all the down the drain in 8 hours is exhausting. And it's a waste. It's a waste. No.
She's saying no.
Don't give me a situation where they're all they have to do.
She said no.
And the world is going on in the background. Sounds like an interrogation going on back there.
Hands on.
I want my mom to be settled before I go. And
Oh, that's crazy, yeah.
can't go home.
Were you I mean, do you always launch it with a paper, with a rubber band? With a rubber band, man. Wow, the Taliban.
That's wrong with this. Later on, I don't need that. I got enough people that
Nine in my right, 45 in the
which really disappointed me terrible. As when Suzanne got involved in it. Yeah, he's acceptable. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that it would. No, I don't want to do that. I do that too much. I do that too much.
Really expressed a desire
want
to
that
have
either.
Susan out of the situation. However, Susan is already in a situation where
let's
it
make
likes
it
her
like
not. Taking care of her mom, and therefore it directly affects her.
Whoa. Something's going on in the background. Something's going on in the background. Who knows what's going on in the background?
That is totally avoiding
I don't know what's going on in the background.
but it's just instance for the rest of their lives.
This really
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Damn it. Couldn't find the freaking thing. I don't know where the hell it went. My bad, folks. I'm sorry. I should be well prepared
What
for
were you
that.
looking for?
I was trying to find a scarab. Remember that one we built way
Oh,
back
yeah,
when?
that's right. You were
Yeah.
gone so long, I forgot what you were looking for.
Yeah, dude. I was like, and I should know where it is because I usually keep our our joint material builds, whatever, are kept in one box. So, but I don't know where that box
It
is.
went missing.
Maybe it's wherever your planes are.
Yeah, it's where it needs to be.
What, baby?
The one that was on the bookcase?
No. This thing hasn't been out in a long time.
It ain't been out because it don't
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, what? See, yeah, that's what we were talking about last week too. You say that, like, it's better to get like rubber band launching because, I mean, again, if you get to a point where you can't do it, that's really easy to be able to do it. You just can't do a simple throw, right?
Yeah, but I guess I'm gonna have to get to that point at some point.
Well, not only that, but there's probably an easy way to convert planes, to having any plane could have a little adapter so they could be launched.
Ooh, can I do it? Can I get it there?
Are you saying your drones are going to end up being interceptors? I was wondering about that because when you made the post before, and I was thinking about it. I was wondering, like, so does that mean they could be interceptors? Because, I mean, they could be strike aircraft, I suppose. It just depends on how far they go. And plus, I mean, like, again, can you enlarge them? Because if you can enlarge them. Holy cow.
What do you do?
That's a little bit different for you. Now I'm watching you. That's a little bit different from what you normally do. Definitely have to do, yeah, you're right. You definitely have to do the tutorial. I would like to see that. To see where these things come out. Yeah. I can't believe that plane. I should have found that plane. I'll have the Scarab for you next week, people. I'll show you that damn thing. Maybe I'll bring out the SMA aircraft as they are. It's been a while since y'all seen them. Well, nobody's really seen them on the show, but we'll have to start another channel for just SMA stuff.
That's too much work. That's too much work.
I could probably make, I just thought about that. With these cutoffs that I've got, I could probably make a pod, as we originally talked about. Okay, it's wicked.
Let's go back to the topic.
Let's go back to the topic. Well, we had, like I said, they're ideas. So, but I mean, a pod is a pod. You can do whatever you want to as long as it carries whatever it is you want to carry. I mean, if it's something as simple as paper clips, or I guess you couldn't do a roll of tape. You don't need a big plane to have a roll of tape. Let's face it. But or even if you need a stapler, unless you have the mini stapler. A mini stapler makes it a little bit easier, but
Yeah, that's ideal for combat.
yeah. I mean, that thing go with you anywhere. So, and there are, I've seen, well, I mean, I haven't seen too many. It's like, this is your standard roll of tape. I don't know. I've seen smaller ones, but, and obviously there is the reduced size ones, but a baby one, you could almost, you could almost get those little Post-it note things that you're supposed to put in your notebook to indicate a page or something. Those might work. But you still have to consider what it is you're carrying. Be it something as light as that, paper clips if you need them, staples if you need extra staples. But that assumes your stapler is at the front line or your tape is at the front line. Because if it's not, then you got problems. So you need the biggest of big birds to get that stuff to the front lines. See if I can turn this into something. Really? I thought you were just making a fire cat. Or is that what you're making?
Nope.
Okay, good. Pods. Trying to get these pods. Oh, man. You ever take a roll of biscuits? Try to bust them open. Yeah, that's what's happening here. Yeah,
I got something here though. Question is, what is it?
all right. There we go. Look at that. See? Now, okay. Basically, what I did was create a Pisces on this thing, but okay. There we go. It's just a basic cylinder, and it is tapered. It's oh my god, 2.5 inches long, 2.25 to the tip, about 2.5 inches long, because it's not the same size, but it does taper, so that the front opening is about a 1/2 inch, while the rear opening is about 3/4 of an inch. So that makes it a base engine.
So this is what I got.
Okay.
But there's one more thing that I want to do.
And that's cut it.
I want to cut.
Ah!
I want to cut from here up, and then cut in a little bit, probably about half of this length.
So it has giant. They could have giant strakes up in the front if you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So do it. Why not?
Okay. Well, that's what I needed to know. I'm like, would you or?
Oh yeah, I would definitely. I mean, like, just jump in with both feet. Is that that's not a plane you ever built before right now anyway, right?
No, it hasn't.
Okay. Out of a normal sheet of paper?
Square.
Oh, square. Okay, my bad. Square.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, here's the other.
Oh yeah, there's the rest. Okay. If you can start making them out of squares, you'll start joining me because, like I said, that's where most of my new ones are coming from. And then we start taping them all together, and that's where Robert's going. And then we add a rubber band to it, and we'll be about as advanced as he is.
And I'm
We'll
only
start
doing
having
the first layer of this
what the hell?
because this is a double layered fold right here.
Okay. What you did on purpose? Because were you planning on doing this from the beginning?
Nope.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Okay. There's that one.
Da-da-da. He says boo. I love the fact that he just jumped in with boo. It's like he was trying to scare us or something.
Like he was plotting. You
He was
plotting on me, boy.
It's intriguing. Every time somebody busts out the X-Acto, you know you're going to get some serious build going on. It seems like that's what it takes. You know, like you really, like, okay, if I go X-Acto, you're going to get something extraordinary. Really, you just take anything else, you know,
a little
like
bit
nothing
deeper
else.
than I wanted on that one. A little bit deeper on that one.
Hey, you know, we never really thought about this, dude. But, like, seriously, like, we could borrow each other's X-Acto knives. Here, you want to take this?
You're so stupid.
We were worried about getting the pens right. And look at that, we got the same damn X-Acto knife. What happened to your big-handled one? I know you had the big-handled one.
Oh, yeah. About that.
Oh, God. Really?
Man,
You know what sound...
It's
You know what soundbite you need to get? You know what soundbite you need to get? You need to get that one that says, see, what had happened was, so we can start these off. I mean, we say it all the time anyway, but that would be really good. You know, if you continue that cut on the underside, you could do the same thing to the underside.
You shut up. I'm not
Well, in truth, on the underside would actually be better than the top, because if you put them on the underside, that would produce extra lift in the area that's trying to get down.
Yeah, but I don't have the same fold.
Well, I know, but you should fix that, so you do. All you had to do is flip that fold to create it, right?
Yeah, put everything up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make me build a second one?
Oh, yeah, you have to build... Dude, have you not learned anything? You cannot have a test fleet of just one plane. You have to have 4 or 5.
Look at that.
That's how this thing that I was showing you guys last week was working. Because, again, these little stranglets up in the front, and the extra lift up in the front that it gives the plane is what makes this plane fly as good as it does. That's serious business. Serious business. And you want to get involved in business that's serious.
That one didn't go so well.
I like to think that you guys are out there building as we build, you know, getting excited about, like, creating this new tech like he's doing over here.
But no, they're probably just watching me fail. That's probably what they're doing.
I mean, maybe. But, well, you got yourself something going on right there. And then the other one you built, too, I mean, you're saying, like, this is the most tech I've ever produced on any plane ever.
Yeah, most folds like that. Trying not to stab myself. You're about to witness this on live TV.
That's cool because
In
we'd
real
have to
time.
get. It's like we give our rating because we'd have some violence going on as he stabbed himself. It's like, oh, the hospital, here you go. Just remember, if you do it, and if you do it, and you blood spurt, just try to keep it off the plane so the plane survive. Just spray on the background so you can wipe off easily.
I'm good there. I'm good there. So let's try this again. That staple didn't go in too well. I need more staples. Is that what the problem was?
Holy cow, dude! I love that stapler.
The stapler
Dude, it looks like it's like going to transform into something way cooler because it's like 1922 model block. That thing is awesome. Yeah.
There it
That thing
goes.
is, I mean, okay, now this is a biased opinion because I know you, but that looks bigger than your life. It's like the size of his forearm. Good God, it's huge.
It's what?
How wide is it? No, it's not the left. How wide is that son of a bitch? 2 inches?
The front or the back?
No.
Because it's
yeah.
angled.
Yes.
Yes, that's not an 8.
It's angled. Well, is it bigger in the back or is it bigger in the front?
It's bigger in the front.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
one and a half in the back, 1 3/4 in the front.
Man, the thing looks like a monster. It must be those tiny hands because mine is about the same. I wasn't really going to say, I was trying not to say that. I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, mine's about the same, so I guess it is. 1 1/4 in the mine's 1 1/4 in the front and 1 1/2 in the
There you
back.
go.
So
That's there. That got.
okay.
Yeah, mine is 1 3/4 in the front.
6.5 inches long. And we're comparing staplers now.
Mine's 7.
You heard that here, folks. His is 7 inches long. Mine's only
It's
6.5.
It's true.
Yeah, pods, man. IOAE. Yeah, pods. We were discussing the route that pods are going, and definitely involving yours. Because I was trying to base this on, well, we had multiple topics. We were talking about how, yeah, I know it looked cool as hell. We were talking multi-topics. We were trying to discuss how cargo planes carry, how
wants to
bombers
fly.
carry. We were talking about French fries, marital issues, and I forgot the last one. No pods. Yeah, my bad. So we're trying to get a wide range of topics going on here. That's all. And then he had a couple cool planes up there. You can catch up. I mean, if you just joined us, you can catch up to see what it was. But it's pretty cool. I tried doing something with my Phoenix. He gave me the idea, so I altered what Phoenix used to be a lot. Now it looks like a common plane with some weird stuff going on in the front. But then I was talking about my reinforcement here because I was also talking about, like, pods. Your pods got me started with modularizing aircraft and, like, how we don't do it often enough. At least I don't do it often enough, where I think you do, actually. But how you can just cut up one plane that you're starting with no intent of building it into a plane and put it on another plane, and then you have two planes, one bird. The final result, because this right here is, it's just a common example. Built the plane here that is your basic design, but this little extra piece here in the middle is shoved up into the middle of it. It's 2 pieces, so we didn't build any pods. We were just talking about everybody's basic design philosophies on what different pods are. And then he started building that thing.
No, I started building the other thing.
Well, no, you were building the other thing almost as soon as we started the show. This thing we started recently.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not exactly tail fins, but he does have straights. This could almost be considered the most advanced plane he's ever built. I don't know. What do you think? That's a good one. What do you think is the most advanced plane that you make? I can ask that of everybody. Robert and
For
OAE
me?
and KIA, all of y'all that are watching. What is the most advanced plane that you make?
Mine's probably Ninja right now. Probably.
And do you base that on, like, what it takes to make it outright, or what you've added onto it since its inception?
Just no, because I haven't really added on to it. Although Swallow is pretty. No, Swallow's pretty basic.
Oh, you were easy. You jumped on that one quickly. Zeta's your advanced. Okay. Well, yeah, I always try. Though that's the thing too, is I always think, I think the pods are a separate system. I mean, no matter what. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, it can be integrated, but they're always something. Like the one we were discussing before was what we had discussed about. It might not even have been a few. Mark, I don't know if you remember. It might not have been a few shows back. It might have been a couple years ago. But when we discussed it with the twin keel, and then adding the box, that was a while back, right?
Yeah, that was a while back.
Yeah, but still,
That
same
was
thing.
probably 2015.
See, okay, and I think it's on our channel. I think you just got to go back to find it. But yeah, even that thing. I mean, the pod, as it were, doesn't have to be on the plane at all times. It's just something. I mean, I was flying twin keel birds without pods to begin with. It's something they can obviously hold really good because there's a place for them at all times.
Okay,
So it's just doing something differently than taking your basic plane with a single fuselage or a flying wing and then adding it to, the old bodies that I call them, the ones that actually have round fuselages. They're the same way because those are just natural. If you produce a cylinder that's the length of the body, that's a natural fit for some kind of carriage.
St. Jude is on a mission to cure childhood cancer forever. Keep saying to the healthy kids again.
I haven't done one of those in a long time. I think Robert was asking about that. He was saying, like, when's the next time you're going to make another one of that design? I'm still going to fly the ones I've got, especially the little one. Little one's really cool. Worked out really well. Did you fly one?
You know what didn't work out really well?
That plane. Are you serious? What, is it too heavy?
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, I know what it's doing. I just don't know exactly what it needs to fix it because I don't know exactly where the problem's coming from.
Cut that, dude. If it really does it really fly like a rock? Does it nose down?
Yeah, and kind of spiral a little bit.
Oh, the spiraling? Okay, that's because your strakes don't match up with your anhedrals. It noses down because you just got too much weight. You should do that nose thing. You should do this to it. You should do that to it to cut some weight out of the nose. But the reason it's spiraling is just what we were talking about. It's got you've got 4 vertical surfaces. So they're fighting each other. If they're not straight, it's going to be terribly confused. But you made it cool because your delta diamonds in the back are at the extreme tips of anhedrals, so you could fold them gently one direction or another to fight the spiraling.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm kind of kicking them out a little bit, folding them down, kind of. I did make them a little bit bigger from the original one.
Okay.
To kind of help, and it did help, but it still noses down.
Haven't been. No, I don't suppose they have. I mean, if you want to get technical, no, my most advanced airplane has been named yet either. And it's coming.
It's the phase.
No, I wouldn't say that at all. Phases are quite basic. I'd give Javelin the edge over that if it just goes basically on folds and it's pure design.
No.
Dude, no.
Because you don't cut Javelin. You don't do it.
No, but you saw the phase. You saw the folds in V5. I don't do anything like that with any phase. Yeah, we should do. Yeah. No, that is coming. We might have to. We have to make sure we have enough allocated time to do that because, like you said, it takes a while to get that done, and for him, it might take a day. I was almost thinking maybe we should just have, if you dedicate
to do that on a Friday night or something like that.
Yeah, or dedicate a day to it. Like you just have okay. We're having a special afternoon show. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm just saying. But, because we want to get it right and we want to make sure the timing is done. So. No, but I'm sorry. Getting back to that, though, what you were saying, yeah, you're right. I mean, I wouldn't think that your plane would standardly fly with the pods either. I don't think any of them should. Even the transports me and KIA were proposing that do have the MACU, as we called it, the mobile aircraft containment. Having that kind of pod, the plane should be able to fly without it, but ready to take it at all times. I still would consider that a transport.
Oh, she can take it.
Pylon's going to be based that same way. And yours is will be the Zeus that you have. Well, if it's easy, again, you see, this goes by the variance topic. It's what do you consider advanced? Is it advanced because of the technology it carries?
It's got the most tape on it.
It's got something simple like that.
For his, it's got the most tape on it.
I kind of like to think of it as how many folds. What are the most steps? How many folds? If you tape it, if you cut it, whatever. So, phase gets there. A phase 6. Okay, yeah, phase 6. Now you're starting to get into. That's pretty advanced. Venom is pretty advanced.
Oh, I didn't. Yep.
Venom's pretty advanced.
I forgot about Venom.
I think getting Diamant here with its folds like this and then the curl and the wingtips.
Yeah,
That's kind of.
I didn't even think about your new stuff. I'm so old school, man. I'm so old school at this point. Like,
I know you gotta
look what
be. You
that
gotta be
cut
considering.
did.
You gotta be considering
Look
all.
what that cut
Wow.
did. Turned it into a turkey.
Hey, now you got a place where the rubber band can hook on.
Yeah, let's fold that out.
Oh my God!
Look at that. Fold that back down.
Oh my God! See, this is what happens to him. He gets an idea and runs with it. Now it's destroyed. Destroyed.
No, you told me to cut it.
Well, I know, but like you also got to tuck it back. You don't have to unfold the nose. And,
Oh, I didn't. I
and
just wanted. I just thought it was funny because as soon as I cut it, it started doing this.
Oh,
So I'm like, wait a minute.
it's got a droop snoot like the Concorde.
I could pull that down a little bit though, like that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I can play with this now. On the angle. Or I
Right.
can tuck it right back underneath. Make it tight. But I could. But that's gonna seem like it's gonna cause a speed break.
No, you'll have to you'll probably have to like tape that down or something.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying if I
It'd be better if
stapled
you
it,
could
if I stapled it like right there, or further down, like
It would definitely be better if you could
that.
fold lock it somehow. Yeah, exactly.
you know, if I locked it down like that, that might cause a speed break. So I'm gonna have to.
I don't know if you remember the pictures from like the magazine was doing a sheet on that earlier. I'm sorry, a couple years back when we had the pictures that KIA had Sabertooth that large, and I did have drone, actually little drone aircraft, which I'm building one of right now. I mean, yeah, these are tiny little things, Foo Fighters, you may call them, but the idea is sound. If this is the big question, if you can get them to disperse properly from the aircraft that's carrying them. That's always the trick. I fought the dog and the dog won.
Look at this. It's free flying.
Well, flying it might be able to. No, yeah, you're right. Okay, because that could be speed break like if the wind can catch it and stay in that pocket, right?
Yeah, if it comes out like this, looking like a duck, it's gonna fly like a duck. But that's okay because I can put a staple back here to bring some more weight further back.
If you need the weight further back, it doesn't tumble, does it?
No,
So if it doesn't tumble,
I'll probably just put a piece of tape back there.
yeah, you don't want to make it too heavy. KIA has that problem from time to
Actually-
time. He starts building one and do something like that,
Can
and
I
he's like,
do it?
God, why is he doing
Can
it?
I
I'm like,
do
dude,
it like this?
you're making it tumble. That's you.
No,
It's all you.
let's do that.
You can't interchange the wings. That's a smart move, but oh man, I'll try this. Okay, fine, whatever.
Oh yeah, partner, keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is.
Well, again,
What your
going back
kids
to,
know about that?
I know he's going back to 1999 again.
What you kids know about 20 years ago?
And speaking of which, let's want to reiterate Survivor Series this weekend.
Just want to reiterate, we got something going down.
We might be red sparkly stuff in it. I don't know. No, actually, no. We got a cheesy poof it. Yeah, what a cheesy poof.
That is definitely something that went down back then.
We're driving around NASCAR tracks backwards, trying to hit 30 different cars as they flew by.
Oh yeah, I ain't done that in a minute.
Change the aircraft. I still think that's an interesting idea. We can change wings out on aircraft, like Rob was talking about there.
That would be kind of cool though.
That would be cool. Interchangeable wings entirely. Yeah, that goes with that modular thing I was making up earlier. I think you should have fins on the pods, though. Going back to that, I think maybe, I mean, anything that helps them out. We were talking about how aerodynamic pods could be. You know, we're comparing yours to like others, flat-sided, flat-back, stuff like that. Okay. Okay, wait.
When you shop with Wayfair, you spend less and get really more.
When you do, you will.
All right, I gotta cut these off.
It's just too much, huh?
Yeah, it's
It's a little like, it looks a little, the way it is right there, looks a little like a, oh, he's birds. Any of them, Cobra or Vulcans.
I gotta cut that off. Because once I made that cut, that nose cut, it was almost coming off anyway, so. Now let's fly it.
Smallest cut ever. Just remember, if it's still spirals, fold those out.
Oh my goodness, hold up.
Or you might have something. We have, just playing around with these, you know, training vertical stabilizers out, the same thing. Yeah, like every part of the bird. Well, the thing is, when you're messing with that, though, you don't know exactly. I mean, that's like, again, what we were talking about earlier with modular. And definitely cool ideas because you can change up. It's just like, then you trick yourself out because you don't know exactly which plane you're dealing with. I mean, seriously, when you start out, you have certain plane. Good God, it's hard to get tape this small. You start out with one plane, and if you like borrow tech or use the vertical stabilizers or so on and so forth, it changes wings. It's like, okay, when does the plane stop being whichever one you started out with and become that new one? Or what do you use to differentiate the two? Because, I mean, seriously, how do you know?
Dude.
So I had to make the tape really, really small because this plane is really, really small.
Okay, I like this. I like this little thing.
You like it.
I like this.
Good God, it flies good. 2 inches long. Flies really good. Yeah, I flew kind of like a rock, but probably better than yours did the first time around.
Probably.
Oh, my bad. I left the R off. The R is silent. So you like
React.
React. Yeah, can you remember how to build that thing?
This thing? I don't know what it is. Make sure I got the right size paper.
I tell you, try to build the same one. Well, you can upscale it too. It doesn't really matter. You could build a big one. When you say your best fighter, do you literally mean your best fighter? Or do you mean just aircraft overall? I just ask because, again, you know us. We specify because certain aircraft do certain things. So, I mean, I think my best fighter is definitely Javelin. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know.
Wyvern's pretty cool, too.
Yeah,
then
you
there's another Wyvern. Come on, man. Wyvern's got rifle and Dale.
yeah. That's why I'm like I like Ninja. Like it's got rifle. It's got. Does it have Dale? It has Dale.
Well, you got one nearby. You can check it out, huh?
Yeah, somewhere over there.
Wait. You asking Robert if he had the Ultra Delta development or us? I don't know if. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to see here. So if I did that, see. I'm trying to see which ones I could. Like Diamant is pretty advanced. Hell, Goblin's pretty advanced. Quill looks a lot like the plane you just built.
But I like it.
No, because it doesn't start out as a square.
But what was the intent?
And Venom.
That's what I'm going for. You know, with
you're just Chinesing my planes. That's all you're doing, man. It's like, what planes?
yeah, right. What's the intent? I wasn't intending to build a quill, so it's not a quill. But I built it exactly like a quill, just from a different size sheet of paper.
It's like I don't really have the plans in front of me, but I'm trying to make a plane look just like his.
I was trying to make one like triangle,
which is Wyvern.
Yes. Which is now Ninja.
Which is now Ninja. The Ultra Development Ninja. I think it's hard for me to go with it. I've got a top 6 here. I considered Wyvern, Phase 6, Diamant, Goblin, Venom, and Javelin, especially in V5 guys, as to which ones are the most advanced. And some more than others. I mean, I'd probably, like, you could rank those. But what they involve, I mean, the Phase 6 is up there. Wyvern having, like Mark can attest, Wyvern having the Dale and the rifle, yeah.
And it's still flying. Like, we put technology on those planes, on planes before like that, and it just is no bueno.
It's no bueno. It's true. You can't. I don't know if you guys have had that issue. You can't just pile on tech. You pile on so much tech, and eventually it just counteracts and then kills it.
Like what I just did with the other one. I had to take off the strakes on the front.
Right.
Because it was
I'm telling you, you reverse it though. Oh man, you've got yourself. And I wouldn't make them as big as you started out to make them either. I think you should make them a lot smaller than that. Like something that we did on REAC, as a matter of fact. I don't think you can do that because where the location of those are. But if you can cut them short, like just cut them near the back, not the front, not by the nose, I think you can do it. Let me get my tiny plane here. Actually, that's not my tiny plane. My tiny plane. Let me get my tiny plane. If you can build drone fighters that size, yeah. There it is. That's my small plane. So we got a small, extra small. I'd like to call that micro. It makes the other ones look really large, though, doesn't it? I mean, because even this one, kind of small. But then this thing looks like an absolute jet. See, it's all relative, isn't it? Because once you start building one like this thing, which is not really that large, it starts to look humongous compared to that. I mean, anything's going to look humongous compared to that, but seriously, dude, that's just... Be on the lookout for the tiniest planes. And obviously, there's a certain limit that you can't just... These are just trivial, just how much fun you can have with them, because, again, you're not going to be flying something like this in combat. Even the Gnat, which is the smallest plane I ever used, was still bigger than this. Basically, it was one of these.
I don't even know what the smallest one...
Sheet I used.
Oh,
I used
which one was the smallest one that I built? Was that
Rorix was small.
Rorix?
Yeah, I think Rorix might have been this. Well, it might have been Spider V4.
Yeah, it might have been that spider.
Because I think you might have gotten it on a sheet like this.
Yeah.
These little notepad sheets. Yeah.
All right, now what did I do next?
The Electrospector? My God, did it really have electronics on it? That would make it. Yeah, that would make it very technological. It's like, we throw so much of the stuff, and I don't know if you guys have seen the tech sheets. When you see the tech sheets, you kind of get an idea. If you can, as much as you've thrown, and especially if you look at mine, if you look at phases, because they've gotten a lot of stuff, they make a great test bed. Obviously, like your best glider, or a good glider is going to make a great test bed. You can test out a whole bunch of stuff on it, except for the stuff that obviously is only going to benefit, say, an interceptor. But you can't just throw like everything on there. I had to dismantle. I don't know if you remember it, Mark. That one vaguely, if you remember it. The phase 3 I built, and I put a canard on it. Then I put a hole in the center of the fuselage.
Oh yeah, that one was ridiculous.
I gave fluff. It had a toothpick on it. Yeah, all that crap. All of it was built in.
You had to take it all off.
I had to take. Yeah. Well, I took the canard. I took the toothpick off and I put the canard back in. All the rest of its stuff. It's got fat. It doesn't have fluff, but it does have a long fuselage, and it's got that hole with flaps. So I've showcased it on the show once before. You guys have seen it because the hole acts kind of like an engine because the air bleeds into the hole and out the tail. So it's Robert will get with this. It's kind of like an EB-66, isn't it? It's like a bomber / electronic warfare. I was when I was younger and a little bit more stupid, I thought about putting just a little bit. Yeah, I was wondering about the level of okay. That's when I had to. That's one of the reasons why some of these great realignments occur because, I mean, come on, let's face it. We're not going to have little bitty army men down there fighting battles and stuff, so there's really no point for troop support, right? I mean, dude, there's nobody flying these planes, so you can't send out early warning per se. I mean, sure, it can be a roll because, you launched the plane and you found out other people were there, but unless you really got a photo reconnaissance drone, and I mean literally with a camera on it, did you go out there and fly? Oh, look, somebody's flying planes. That's the only thing that actually qualifies as a true early warning plane. I mean, let's face it, if you're out there throwing planes, even you, and somebody's already been out there, even if you launch your first one, it's already happening. So it's that's not early warning, that's happening. So
right.
You don't call that early warning, you call that currently happening. So every plane falls under the currently happening category. So I eliminated that just because, a lot of them, none of them have electronics, none of them have avionics. I mean, there was one plane, actually, and I really seriously, because about 15 years ago, that was really cool. I really would have liked to get it. They had something. There was a radio-controlled foam aircraft that actually had, like the AWACS does. It's got a radome on top of it. That had a camera in it that you literally could, if it flew, you could use the camera. It was one of the first ones that did that before this drone stuff started happening. So that thing really was okay, but it was so obvious because it was rather large. I think it had a 3-foot wingspan, 2-foot length, and the radome on it. But since it had the radome on it, the black and white, you were like, oh, yep, that's an early warning plane. But I also think it wasn't, because of 15 years ago, it wasn't FPV. It wasn't real time. You had to land the plane first. So it was basically a reconnaissance plane. It had to land and you were okay, let's relay the data. Oh, yep, there's troop movement. So at best it was reconnaissance.
Right. Yep. I think that's what we decided years ago. To go.
Yeah, because you remember seeing it, right? You remember seeing that thing.
Yep, because we had reconnaissance planes. But that's...
It's like you said, yeah. I mean, you basically have to wait for the plane to land and which was what happened to the real Air Forces
But
too.
I think we determined that reconnaissance had to come back to you.
Right. Yes, that's true. It does.
But those type of planes were short range most of the time, so it was very difficult.
And we were thinking about using it, but we were like, should we do it? It would have. I think it would have been really cool, but it's like, why would you? How? No, it's not why. It's how would you do it? You know?
Ah, there we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Damn, I'm trying to actually find
Look
it.
at that. Look at that.
There you go. There you go. And now, like I said, if you just make,
Look at that.
okay, so the cuts are on the things on the bottom. Just make them smaller. Don't make it too big. Make them like strakes.
Yeah, I put it on the bottom, but it's still tucked up underneath this wing pocket, like this part here. So it's under here.
Okay.
But I could cut along, you know. I'm going to leave it off since I folded it reverse. Because now I got the triangle, like the diamondish fold that's underneath here.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, okay.
I don't know if you can see this line, because that line right there.
Yeah, I see it.
Is now this one right here.
Oh,
This right here. So it's on top. And this right here, that was up here, is now this right here.
Nice.
So
you did completely flip it.
I did flip it on that one. And I built the anhedrals slightly, no, about on this one I built them slightly larger. Slightly larger on this one.
Actually, gather use to transport
And the length is almost identical in length.
So that is basically the same plane then, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All you did was flip it.
Yeah, it's slightly, yeah. Yeah, there's a slight variation in size, width-wise, but not much. Now I just gotta tape this thing down.
Well, I'm not
Just trying to find out like where this thing. I was gonna show you guys, but I can't seem to find it. Apologies. I mean, this is an older plane we were talking about, but it did look cool. I mean, it looked cool. Would we serve the purpose? No, it would just end up being reconnaissance. So.
Swatches and paints on it. Tell me about this one. Why is it at the county side?
But if you put like, okay, if you change the design of the tail, yes, it increased the surface area, but did it increase the surface area like in the rear? I mean, because I don't know the locations of the tail precisely. I know it's tail, so it's in the back, but it's kind of like what we're trying to deal with here when he's making this thing. We're increasing by putting strakes on the bottom. He's increasing lift in the front, which already wants to pivot down because gravity, planes. The heaviest weight is up front. The forward sweep is there. The wing sweep towards the nose. So if you have something that fights that, you got the lift up in the front. It'll try to keep your plane flying longer. And then you put in the tail. You're already kicking up something. I'm just thinking your attitude would change. I mean, like you got more lift in the back. Well, they already kind of lifted the back. So wouldn't it kind of just like try to flip as opposed to fight itself? I still think that the idea, it's sound. I just was curious as to how much lift you'd be experiencing in the back. You mean the Mohawk? You can find, well, I can find Mohawks. I'm just scared of exactly what kind of Mohawks I'd find.
The stakes are really high for all that.
Oh, the elect. Okay.
They come home, then they should be on the streets.
And I thought about doing something like that with Banshee, but all the stuff that I put on Banshee, even recently with a Type 3, Banshee is still not the most advanced.
And yet another part.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that plane too.
My God, man, Banshee's almost 20 years old.
Well, you know, you got a lot of planes over there.
Tell me about it.
All right,
I even gave you Hakataka, and I still got planes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Dude, I'm liking this one. I need to put the date on it.
I'm telling you, man, Square is where it's at. Square is where it's at. What the deuce?
You know what?
What?
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
There you go.
Well, I'm making it so.
What? What is she talking about?
The early war. Well, the cat's the only cat that knows where it's at.
That's exactly right.
God. Oh, electronic warfare. I'm screwing it up. I was early warning.
So pleased that you knew where I was going with that.
Sorry, I was screwing that up. There it is. Okay. I'm pretty good. Oh, yeah. Okay. I see it now. I see the tail on this thing. Okay. Okay. That looks pretty sharp. I like the way that folds over.
All right, well, I got something new here.
Another new one? This from the guy that, if you remember correctly, I always said that I'm just going to try to narrow it down to one and work to one. We've given him 3 new ones now. I'm glad, dude. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad you have them. I'm glad you have, dude.
I'm so annoyed. I mean, they both fly really good. Now it's just.
Did you cut the strakes down there?
No, I didn't. I'm not even gonna mess with it right now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna mess with something that's good right now. I'm just gonna.
Dude, I'm not gonna even tell you how much it looks like a wasp.
You know what? It does. It does.
You forgot about that one too. But then again, it was gonna end up looking like a wasp because it's built out of squares. So.
Yeah. Well, if I didn't try to put another fold into it, yeah.
It looks like a strike hornet.
I got some ideas too.
What for that?
Yeah.
Now wait a minute now. You're supposed to be working Raptor, and you're supposed to be working Ninja.
Oh yeah, Raptor is probably one of my more advanced ones now. Because that one's like super crazy.
I think one of the places you should go with Raptor next. I don't know what ideas you have. I don't know if you've got any planned technology for it, but I think you should definitely make it out of stronger paper and see what happens.
Yeah, I could definitely make it out of this.
Is that stronger paper?
Yeah, this is like Dodge paper almost.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that's why I wanted to make this, because I have this one, and then I have this one. So now I can see which one really gets out there. Because I have a feeling this thing is going to fly.
Yeah, I haven't made wasp out of anything advanced either, so I should try that myself just to see. I see what you're talking about. Yeah. That tail is really cool, actually. I like that tail. That was pretty cool.
Stop it. Stay still. Go.
Yeah, so you totally forgot about Wasp, but Wasp is a lot like that. Or even our Stab, for crying out loud, the new one. That is still under testing. Oh, dude, and I forgot about one. What about Valkyrie? Valkyrie is so freaking advanced, even I can't remember how to build it.
You know what's advanced? All the ones that I can't remember how to build.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Black Knight, Black Squire, Rorix.
I know Rorix was advanced. Rorix really was advanced. You made that thing, and that thing was like... I mean, dude, I don't know. I know it was advanced. You had it, and it was like, how the hell did you do... Because I think it started out with a regular sheet of paper. It was like half the size. It literally was only like 6 inches long. So I know you had to be doing some wicked-ass folds to get it down to that size.
Yeah. I mean, this thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5.
And I know you're going to hate me for this, but I'm going to do it anyway, because actually, you're going to hate yourself for this because it's your fault. But I'm going to need Raptors rollout day. I don't have it. I thought I had it. I thought I wrote it down on one of the sheets, but I just organized all my stuff. I have all my IVPAC, the IVPAC stuff is all in a binder or in a file folder, and I haven't found it. Like literally, these are the last sheets, and I busted them out because this is where I thought they were, and it's not in here. So, but what I'm saying is, why we got to blame you for is because if you put it in the calendar, I wouldn't have this problem. I just go to the calendar and say, oh, like there it is. And you are also able to edit the sheet, so you can put it in the sheet.
But I didn't put it in the sheet. You didn't.
That's what I was wondering. I thought you put it in the sheet because I thought that was one of the reasons why I didn't write it down. I literally thought, like, you said, like, oh, you didn't get it. When we did that, when we talked about it, you said, like, I'm not going to worry about that because I'll just put it in the sheet right away. I don't have it. So I didn't do it.
What?
And now I have it. Kind of need that, man. You got to really start thinking about bigger planes when you start thinking about putting bomb bays in. I mean, just because it's like if you want to use them, you know what I mean? You just can't put like regular bomb bays in something like this size. It just don't work. Even though I like to think every plane is capable of carrying weapons. Like I literally I looked around because I thought maybe it was in a sheet. If nothing else, a shared sheet. But I don't know where it's at. But all you had to do, you just got to put, like, just put, aircraft. Just put it in the calendar. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. The calendar would make it kind of hard to find. Because you'd have to kind of know. It's like, oh, roll down 2015. You can go to 2015 and possibly find it. But at least on the aircraft sheet, that's why I do the aircraft sheet. It's right there. And it's not in there. And believe me, OAE would know because he goes into that thing like every week. Yeah, let's see, the end of the week, built 12 new ones. Okay, we'll put them in here. My God, I have to actually carry this sheet down from the bottom and go up to find the newest ones. Because, for real, dude. Like, I gotta get... It goes to 4... Does that really say turbo Vulcanoid? Okay. Okay. It's kind of kinky. I gotta see if I can find this here. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere in there. I'll be damned, there it is. Got it. Okay.
What?
Well, there was another one I was looking for. I did find a couple on the sheet that on the sheets that I was looking for, to make sure roll out first flight. But all of them were accounted for, so. I mean, it was relatively recent.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Oh, yeah, I've been meaning to ask you about that one. Like on the latest one of your sheet, you've got Shadow down there. Shadow shows as like a rollout of December 15th, 2017. Did you mean that? Because that's kind of out of sequence. I mean, if it was 2019, well, it's still out of sequence. If it was 2018, it makes sense. But I get it was, like you said, June 28, 19 was the first flight. But remember, we go by the rollout, so I was one like, you know that. But, like, if it was, it's out of sequence. Why does this thing not have our designator on the end of it either? We used to have our designator. I don't know. I have to look into it. We're supposed to actually put our birds in the dimensions too, but oh my God, you got so many dimensions. Please don't do that. We're gonna have to give you a separate sheet so you can put your aircraft. Actually, I think everybody should probably do that. Just a dimension sheet on your own, because man, that's crazy. I like the rundown to be everything, but if you were to OAE, I'm talking to you. If you were to put all your birds on the dimension sheet, holy good crap. Yeah, that will turn into something that was almost unlegible. I think we're going to separate that one. I might make a brand new sheet for aircraft dimensions, and everybody will have our own tabs, which of course eventually will be the way we do all the sheets. But we don't have to worry about that right now. Just not so many of them. Robert's got to give me some of the ones.
Look back in July.
Robert's got to give me some of the ones, the names of his with the rollout dates and stuff like that, so I know. Look back in July.
Yeah, do you have anything?
Of this year?
Yeah.
Of this year? Holy good God. You understand I got to go to 400 here. Okay. No, there's nothing there because there's only 3 planes slotted into 2019.
Hang on. Ow. I got an idea. Hang on.
I thought Raptor was slightly older than that. Oh, no, it wasn't around your birthday, was it? It was later than that. I mean, I know Raptor came from this year.
Hang on.
He's hanging on. Vulcanoid is it's a cool name. I see the Turbo Vulcanoid after the Vulcanoid, so it's really weird to see you come up with.
All right, guys.
It's funny to
So
see
we're at
Men of Vengeance, Grasshopper, Dracula. You have those, and then you have like Swift Star Vulcan, because you can tell that the family steps down.
all right.
I hear you listen to the video.
July 13th. It was actually built at 12:01 a.m. So it was almost on the 12th, but it made it into July 13th. So it's going to be built, named, and
I guess that would be it.
flown all in the first day. So got that?
I got that now. Now somebody needs to put that in the calendar.
Oh, July 13th. See, I knew it would be easier.
It was easier, actually. That's pretty good.
That's why I recorded the video. Oh, by the way, I'm working on that. I'm working on getting that video out. But yeah, I forgot.
Okay, so,
yeah, that one's probably one of my more technical planes. More
that's
advanced.
July 13th, 19. You actually got a build date and first flown date of the same thing. That's pretty sweet.
Yep.
What is that? Do you remember what that's coded as? What did you code that as?
What?
Is it like?
Hang on.
What letter?
I got it over here. Hang on.
Me too.
P.
It's P?
Yeah, letter P.
The letter P. This one brought to you by the letter. When's the last time you built a? Oh yeah, Ninja was O. Okay.
Yeah, Ninja was O.
All right.
And this one.
You have no idea what it's going to be quite yet.
What? No, I don't know. That's why I need to stop building new stuff and start working with the stuff that I got.
We've probably built a few planes since then, but not so many. So I'll give you a 78. Well, Hagataka needs to be slotted in there, and then
Hagataka was FDS.
yeah, we haven't put any here. Catchy, we've never put a single SMA bird in here.
Can this do that? This one can't do that, so I'll need to.
We have to consider our names for these, unless we want to go really fancy and just like say they're all like named after letters in the Greek alphabet. So there's epsilon and omega and blah blah blah. If we don't want to name them, we could do that. We could do that. That's an option.
It's an option.
It's an option because I think eventually I'm gonna, and by eventually I mean sometime in the very near future, I think I'm gonna put slot SMA birds into this aircraft sheet because right now it's incomplete without them in here. Especially since I have an SMA lineage thing going on right there. Did we agree that REAC was hyphenated or?
Yeah, REAC.
Ack.
REAC.
Put it REAC.
Yeah,
that's
REAC. REAC.
All right. Okay, and that is now in the sheet.
That is like the dumbest thing ever.
No, the dumbest thing ever was
Serwin.
Tier 1. Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
Serwin. That was pretty dumb.
Yeah, I know. I realized that because if it did, it would just blow the hell up, and it already blew the hell up. So, yeah, we're good. It's just keep those, I mean, again, when we do the separate, this seems to be the phrase of the week.
When we do.
When we actually complete this, like I'll separate it down so there's like aircraft rundown won't change. I might break it off so that the lineage is on its own, and then everybody will have a tab, and the dimensions will be the same way because it's up to you guys to put your dimensions in there. Because only you guys can measure your planes, so that'll make it a little bit easier too.
7.
But aren't your drones basically smaller versions of the planes you already have, though? I mean, they're not like generics, are they? You have not have you mass-produced itty-bitty birds? I mean, I would think that, because again, if I were to build, me personally, if I were to build a drone, I would just like, that little thing, this thing right here, I would just like, okay, I'm building 200 of these. And these will be my drones. These little 2-inch by 1/2-inch planes. It's really.
What are they really gonna do?
Well, I don't know. I can't fit a guy in there. Even if I did, he'd probably kamikaze. Yeah, can you imagine trying to get a camera on that?
You ain't.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Man, dude, that's crazy. But even you yourself calls them drones, so they're like a subtext, a submenu of the rest of your plane. So they're a little different anyway.
Oh. I forgot to announce this.
Uh-oh.
So, it is possible that in 2020, highly possible, that I will have a new base.
Oh, you said that before.
In Orlando.
You said that before.
Yeah, but in Orlando.
You said that before.
Yeah,
you said
but it's in the works. Like, in the works.
Now, everybody listening, tell me true. Would it not be a surprise for all of us to hear like, oh, by the way, I'm getting a new base? I mean, if we go through a year and NASA doesn't say he's going to have a new base, something is wrong.
Well, I haven't had one in 3 years.
I guess this is probably the most stable you've been in a decade. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, this is the longest
Wow.
I've lived at any one place. Even
No,
if I've
but
been in the area longer, because I was in North Carolina for a bit, but I still
I'm gonna.
moved.
It's like watching a chess game. You know, it's like that little timer they have every time they make a move, and they hit it. It's like that's what you are. It's like okay, he moved. All right, the timer's ticking. Every time it hits about 384 days, it's like, oh, must be time to move again.
Yeah, right. I've been itching.
I don't even know why you bother with homes and shit. Really, you should have just kept on that RV thing and just like screw it.
Well, it was because of the kids.
Again, you should have just. Well, you needed a bigger RV. Get a trailer.
Yeah.
You have an RV. You ever see those UPS things? They have a package car and they got the little brown trailer hanging behind them. Looks just like them, only smaller. That's what you should do. Get a little RV, like not a fifth wheel, regular little RV. Looks like a pickup truck. Then with a little trailer back there. It's like that's the kids.
That's what we had. That's what we had, and then we sold it because
you should have.
Mini-Me came along, and I was like, "Oh no!" Fitting two small kids in that 28-foot trailer was not gonna work.
Well, okay, well then again, you get a trailer on trailer, so you're all right.
Yeah, we needed like a 45-foot trailer to really work, but we couldn't do it back then.
Mini-Me, yeah.
Because there was nowhere to put a crib or a bassinet or anything in that thing.
Have you taught him how to destroy your planes yet?
Yeah, he knows how to do that. But they're getting better though. Like,
we should take him, dude. For old time's sake, we should take him to Raintree and see if he runs your plane into the creek. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, runs my plane into the creek. He just grabs all your planes by the rear of the wings.
Yeah, no, don't touch him. No, he's gotten really good at, picking them up the way they're supposed to be picked up.
It's 20 years ago.
Oh man, 20 years ago.
Back when The Rock was
was The Rock.
Just The Rock, and Stone Cold was his opponent. Oh, Survivor Series this weekend.
Yeah, right. What's
Back when Hulk Hogan was still wrestling. Hell, back when the Fabulous Moolah was still wrestling. Oh, God. Okay, you wrote dates on them. You want to count those as something new yet, or what?
I want to.
Dude, you already liked it. I mean, so far you've liked everything. You liked you liked React. You liked Hagataka. Was there another one, or am I just thinking of Raptor? If you build seriously, think about this. If you build two more, all you got to do is build two more new ones that you really like, and you're going to say, like, shoot, I'm a scrap Raptor. Because you've done scrap like this before. Oh, yeah, you got to think. Oh, yeah, you never really confirmed for me either, by the way. Did you really want to, like, Thunderbolt Plus is going to be your big size one? Is that official, or you want to think of a different name for it?
You know what? I don't know. But what I do know.
Pods.
If my husband has to go to work.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, Survivor Series this weekend.
Oh, you know what?
I don't even. There's most planes that you build aren't like that. I mean, I wouldn't do drones myself that way, but I don't know, like the small planes. Like Mark's small planes weren't really never that small. He never really built a tiny one. Like you were talking about before, Rorik's was only. That was probably it, right? It's probably the smallest
Yeah.
one. Well,
Yeah.
no, you said Spider V4, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Oh. Really? That happened then?
I can't get this thing strapped in.
Dude, man, that happened then? You got me.
What did I do the last one? Come on!
Stupid ads. Come on. Stupid ads.
Bar
Okay,
quality.
okay, yep. There you go. I got it. I think it's got. Okay. Oh, that's tight. This isn't a pod like you have, boys.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I was like, no way. He got ran over.
Okay, there you go. Different versions of pods, but my pods are. No, because mine's different. Oh my god. Oh, it fell down. I stuck. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cruise missile shaped. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I thought maybe they would come out like that too. But your cruise missiles are different than mine. See? I know. I know. But it's snug. I put this in such a way that it's snug. So I don't know. I almost thought that said like complete. I this just makes me want to try the body. I know the body. I want the body to work. That being said, hold on. That being said, okay, okay, okay. So this, right? I don't know. Right? Hold it here, hold it here, hold. What? What?
All right, I'm back.
It was fine until you busted in here. I'm gonna go.
That is crazy.
Good size. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Bob Backlund. Iron Sheik.
Get down, get down.
If you want to print a prototype,
No,
you
I
need
don't.
a 3D printer. If you
I
want
do
to
not
laser
want-
mark some decoration,
Help for less than 1 day.
Oh yeah. God, listen.
Macho Man. Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Sergeant Slaughter.
Yes. It's technical after all.
Bret Hart. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Let's bring back some memories. Bah.
Come on.
Oh, you won it twice? I forgot about that. That's crazy. Sexy boy. There we go. Boy toy.
Which flight? Right, slash the one I had at home. We asked you about that one
Okay.
before.
Kane, I
Check it
forgot
out.
we Kane won. Man, these good old times, good old times.
Okay.
Oh, that's right, he won again with the Smoking Skull Championship belt. I remember that. That's when I started making those custom belts.
With you?
Yeah, back in.
Oh no,
98.
they did. Okay.
Yeah, back in '98.
I know, cause you wanted to go shopping for him.
I did. I wanted that one so bad. Oh, there's his first championship, November 15th, 1998. The Rock. Man, 21 years ago.
He doesn't look a day over 60.
Right?
It's a delicate balance. They're trying to work these planes.
Then he won in '99, his second one.
Okay, hold on.
Then Mankind won it again. Then The Rock won his third one again. And Stone Cold won his third one. Look at that.
Okay, that. Yeah, in case you were wondering.
Man.
Survivor Series this weekend.
Survivor Series this weekend. Stone Cold won number 4. I forgot he won that much. I mean, he was one of the most loved. Oh, that's right. Vince McMahon won the championship. Held it for a week.
Okay. This gets tricky after a while, but you get it though.
Well, it's the big show.
And yes, I do believe it's important to fatten it like that.
Rock number 4.
Okay, so my problem is, of
2000.
course, is, like if you do this properly, you should be able to do it with 2 sheets. Or 1 sheet, rather. I'm sorry, 1 sheet. 2 planes. 2 pieces. I know what I'm talking about. Shut up.
Number 5. Did he really win that many? I guess he did win it that many times. Number 6 in 2001.
Oh, I said it on the plane.
Number 5 for Stone Cold.
Now, believe it or not, the hard part about it is not... Well, okay, there's 2 hard parts. One hard part about it is actually being able to fold the damn thing. But the other hard part about it is throwing it. Well, what I was going to say, the hard part about this is getting... The body is always easier. It's getting the wings right. And actually, what makes these so hard is not just that, it's also getting the weight down right. It's hard to get the weight down.
Oh, Survivor Series.
Oh yeah, that's coming up this weekend.
Armageddon's probably coming up next month.
Yeah, most likely. Okay. All right, this one's gonna suck because I'm trying to. I'm gonna do what I did with the other one. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do that. Jesus.
Oh, that's right. That's when Cena won. Ugh.
It's so good to know nobody likes him. Come on!
Edge won his first one in 2006? It took him that long? Dang.
It took long for everybody to figure out we liked him. And in some cases, some of us still didn't.
And then Cena had already won his second one.
I never thought he was worthy of it.
What, Edge?
Yeah.
Who can forget about the flash photography?
Okay, hold on there.
And then he won
Come on,
his second one.
Skinos! Oh, Jesus. Alright. The best bet to do this is this way. Okay, so now he got this. I'm trying my damnedest to screw this up, I guess.
This is a twisted web.
This Thanksgiving,
What?
everything.
Stupid
Gather
ads.
the whole family for a killer good time.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's one of the year's absolute best films.
You guys fans? Oh, yes.
Nope.
Knives Out, rated PG-13.
That sucked. Okay, you know, the trick to this is actually getting this just right. You mentioned that before. I know, sorry, Lee. I'm still talking about that. Yeah,
Wow.
you said that.
Why did they let Cena win more than Triple H?
Because Survivor Series.
Shut up.
And it's hard to do. It's so freaking hard to do.
I mean, that's the dumbest picture ever. You can see it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I never, yeah. I hate that guy.
Oh, that's right, Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston. So eat your fruity pebbles, you yabba dabba bitch. Baby.
Greatest thing.
Get on track and not rely on big.
We're gonna have to watch that later. Alright, folks, we've been getting off topic.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
But I'm trying to build this thing here.
Well, so I guess we're gonna let you finish building this thing.
It's
on
complex.
camera. On the show. What are you
on the show?
What are you building?
I'm building an O-body. At least I'm trying to. This is why I don't like to do it. It takes so much freaking effort.
I get distracted when it's Survivor Series. I do have an X-Acto like that.
Like what?
Like the big one.
Yeah.
It's somewhere.
You said to me it's somewhere. No.
It's either in the box in the. Let me look in here.
Okay, so all I'm trying to do, I'm always trying to do there is just give it a little bit of a shape. Because again, it's better if you can try to make it look like it's supposed to look, you know? Like you did something on purpose.
Is it in here?
And that's what I did.
No, it's not in here.
Okay. And again, what I was trying to say though is like also it's really hard to get the wings right. That's tougher than anything else. Is trying to get the wings right. The body's tough. The wings are even harder. Because what you're basically trying to do is make sure that they're, you know, they don't overcome the size of that. So you know what I'm gonna do? Take out the middleman here, and I'm going to do what Mark did. And I'm just going to start this puppy out with a squaw. But basically, it's because you're dealing with, you know, like normally if you fold your flame...
Why do we fold it that way? Why don't you just fold it down the other corner?
What, you mean like this?
No, stop. Fold it, fold that, then fold that tip.
Oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm just... Hold on, I got a thing here. You mean like this?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, in this case, I don't care too much.
I didn't think about doing that. That would have been quicker.
I don't normally do. Well, you're Mr. like fold it a few times, lick it and stick it. You know that's.
Oh.
I mean that way works too. You know.
Oh, I'm going to.
All right. So now. So now, like I said, what you're trying to do is you don't want to make the wings that much bigger than the body. You got to make the wings fit to the body, and that, again, that could be difficult. So, especially because, of course, you're trying to. You don't want. Basically, what you're trying to do is make sure your wings don't overcome the plane. That should be about right. Not only that, but I mean, like you could foreseeably just cut a wing pattern into it. If you're fairly certain of the weight of your tube, the body, as it were, you could just cut a wing shape. You don't necessarily have to like do all the folds like you're making a paper airplane. You could just. Oh, crap. I'm doing this wrong.
Go ahead and make that Delta Diamond.
Oh yeah, this one almost needs it. I'd much prefer having a Delta Diamond on this thing because you're already starting in a stability hole with a round body. Because like I said, there's no corners for the air to catch. So okay, you do a little bit of upswing here. I G'd this up compared to one of the originals, but this will still get the idea across. So you got a little. It's like you basically made a plane, so you have your fold there. But why you did that was so that rests on the body, and the wings start forming off of it. Okay, so you got that. Now this is where I kind of messed it up because what I'm supposed to do is fold this. I guess what I could do is that. And now it gets connected with a paper clip. And coding is, by the way, really hard because, of course, you got to try to get it on there. Let's see here. Tape a little bit, make sure these wings are down. Depends on what you're trying to accomplish here. I'm thinking I want the wings down here. You got to watch your weight.
That's why you go to Weight Watchers.
Yeah, you can't let this again get too large and too heavy, or else you won't have the plane you're looking for. So you got this. That's just to hold down the pocket. I'm trying to keep this straight here because I want the strakes out. Just in case I do want strakes. These are available. Okay. So then the other catch is... Sorry, I confused the piss out of myself here for a moment. Not literally, but figuratively. All right. Here we go. This. And we'll fold this down. Because again, you want some anhedral action going on because you want stability. You got a round body. There's almost nowhere you're going to get any lateral stability. All right, comes out there. Now it rests on top of your tube. Jesus, I made the folds too. I made that fold too shallow. It's shallow. Okay. And then once you've got it, you basically got it here. Come on, I know. This is why you must maintain. This is why you must watch your weight, because you're gonna want to. There's various ways, of course, you can glue this too, but I recommend paper clip. All right, and that's basically it. Now you see how long it took, though. This was quite a process. It could be speeded up with ways of doing it, but there she is. Got a pretty good shape. It's intact. It's pretty symmetrical, right?
Looks like it.
Yes, it
looks pretty cool.
It's got a good shape,
and it's got the right angle on it.
It's got the right angle on it. Yep. So again, and there you go. I mean, like, okay, this is more of an integral. Yeah, this is more integral pod because it's basically the body, but it can still be construed as a pod. And let's see what it does. Say hello to your Yeah, that's why you build those things. That was quite nice. A little again. I could see it in the flight. I'll give you a recording of it. No, it did not fly like that. Had a little bit of a rocking motion, but it did just kind of just glide off there. Maybe I can bring this one. Hold on. Maybe I can bring this one back so you guys can see. Come on in. Come on in for a landing. Yes. Yes. That's nice. That's nice. I highly recommend you try one of those if you get a chance. This tests your creativity, but like it's a really good plane. And then, like I said, coding it, well, don't even bother. You gotta write a date on this thing. Oh, we do this. This is basically like the one that if you watch one of my older videos and you see the one, this is almost designed like that one is. It's like the best way to do it, I think. You can probably form fit your body down the cylinder a little better because I've left a little bit of space back there, but not so much. And it's pretty, tight and stuff. Even that one paperclip in the front, which is basically all that is holding the wings to the body, it's pretty stable. It doesn't really want to come apart. So again, yeah, if you guys have the chance, time, highly recommend trying one of those. They're pretty good. All right. So we got anything else for him, Mark?
No, I think that's it for tonight. We've been on
All right.
our usual 3 hours. We can't get this thing. We can't get it lower than that.
Well, we did last week, didn't it? Or the week?
It was, yeah, it was shorter.
Look at this. Look at that. There's a plane in there.
You so stupid.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
The big plane carries little plane. Oh God. Oh, there it is. The big plane took a dump, and the little plane is me. But
right,
the thing
folks.
is, though, is that gives you a lot of play. So you should try it. Definitely try it.
Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out, chatting with us.
Yeah. Thanks
But
for
it's
the show.
late, and it's time.
And he made a good plane.
And I made a good plane. I'm probably gonna fly it at some point. But for now, you always remember to keep them flying.